Politicians will assume they'll try to push drugs to keep us all dumbed down and hope that they will never see the truth around. Another promise, another scene, another package lie to keep us trapped in greed. Another green bells wrapped around our minds, an endless red tape to keep the truth confined. They will not force us. They will stop degrading us. They will not control us. We will be victorious.
Hello, everybody. Just give me one moment. I am on my own tonight. And I am mostly blind for those who are new. So I'm just trying to get my shizzle together, and see if I can do this. Okay. So I wanted to go live to talk about the experience I had yesterday at the Jewish Voices for Peace protest. I met a wonderful woman on Sunday at a Palestinian protest I was at. Well, Free Palestine protest, I'll say, to be clear. I'm sure all my viewers know, but so I met her there, and she texted me Tuesday, and she's like, hey, there's another action going on in DC. I think I'm gonna go. Do you want to meet me? I was about 45 minutes away, take the train there, and then we'll ride together. I was like, yes. So it was last minute, but there's no way I'm going to pass up going to yesterday's event. It was I've organized dozens myself. I've been to, I don't know how many. I've spoken at, I don't know how many, but yesterday was, I can't put it into words. And it was organized and heavily attended by our Jewish brothers and sisters. And that was such a powerful part of it, because even as a humanist who is not spiritual at all, and believes in no gods and what have you, I was able to pray with them and just feel this solidarity with them. And it was so moving, and I don't think I've stopped crying since like yesterday at like noon. We were out there for over 5 hours in the streets. And before I get into things, I am seriously going to give myself so much props, because that is regardless of how many, actions I've done in the past 3 years, that was the very first time I've allowed myself to march with my blindness and my cane. It was not easy. I was continuously tripping and bumping into people and things like that. But thankfully, people were kind and, trying to guide me and such, because my friend and I got separated, which happens when there's thousands of people. But yeah, so I'm pretty fucking proud that I finally conquered my fear and just said, you know what, fuck it. Like, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to truly stand in solidarity with these incredible people. So we chanted a lot of things, but mainly what we chanted was not in our name. And this is incredibly powerful because as Jews, they were insistent on, how egregious it is for them to hear white Christians and what have you use their grief and their history and their name and their pain to try to make excuses to bomb and commit genocide on innocent civilians. And it was so powerful to listen to these Jewish people describe how they know what genocide is firsthand. They know. They've been through it. Their ancestors have been through it. A lot of them still have relatives in Israel who also don't want this, by the way. And it was so powerful to listen to them from their perspective and say, like, I know as like white non-Jewish people, we get really like, oh my God, don't call me an anti-Semite. You have no idea what you're talking about. And we like go into the technicalities of it. But if you're not Jewish, envision being Jewish and envision people using you to try to justify something you are completely and wholeheartedly against. I cannot fathom how violating that must feel. So there was so much power in their speeches and their voices. I was standing right up against the stage, even though there were thousands of people just kind of like parted the way and let me go up front just because, can't really see. So I was incredibly surprised that Naomi Klein was there to speak. They organized this thing in 2 days. It looked like they spent months on this thing. They had a stage, they had a sound system, they had all these speakers from all over the country. I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away. I could not believe it. But yeah, Naomi Klein came up and spoke. I love her. That was so cool. And she gave a very moving speech as a Jewish woman. And so many great speakers. There was a comedian named Mo. I am not certain what his last name was. It wasn't Mo Rocca. I don't know. I have a picture of him. But his speech, I just got goosebumps even thinking about it. He showed up and they asked him to speak last minute. And his speech just pretty much destroyed all of us in the crowd. We were all just sobbing. If you can, check it out. I definitely recommend Chuck Modi and Ford Fisher, two of my dear comrades. They were there filming. I took some photos, but quite honestly, I didn't film. And, the reason was I wanted to be in the moment. It seems like every single protest I organize or do or attend or speak at, I'm always doing something. I'm always filming or emceeing or making sure things are going as planned or checking if my speakers are lining up and stuff. And I just wanted to be in the moment. I just wanted to be there with them. I didn't want to have that barrier of, is this in frame? And stuff. I mean, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just wanted to be with the people this time. It was important to me, and I thought, well, you know what? There's other people filming as well, so it's fine. The As far as speakers, and this is the only negative thing I will say about the entire day, the only thing, because it was honestly the best action I've ever experienced. Absolutely. In years of activism, the number one most powerful, hands down, including all the ones I've personally organized. Hands down. The only negative thing I will say, and this is not against the organizers, this was their action. They were happy to have this person, but okay, so they had Rashida Tlaib. Yes, I get it, but she is Palestinian. She is the only elected Palestinian. Her speech was gut-wrenching. She was incredibly genuine, and you could hear the pain in her voice. And it was palpable. So as many issues as I have with her, and I've met her personally numerous times, and I've had Zoom calls with her where I have shared my issues with her. That march was, you know, I was totally cool with her being there, and she's the one that wrote that bill, that legislation to get aid to them and ceasefire. Totally appropriate while she was there. Totally get it. The only negative thing I'll say about the rally was that Cori Bush was there as well, and she spoke. And she spoke a long time. And quite frankly, I thought all of her tears were fake as fuck. I'm going to be straight up. It sounded like she was trying to sound like she was crying. She repeatedly said things like, there are no exclusions, no war means no war. And she's just voted for Ukraine how many times? She said repeatedly things about helping humanity, not giving funding, not giving weapons. Even her recent voting history shows that is disingenuous at most, at least. Now, also the problem is, and I'm going to say it for Rashida as well, because Rashida tried to call out Biden, and it was weak. I'm going to be straight up. It was weak. They've both already endorsed him. Already. What does that mean? Does that mean now you're going to unendorse him? No, they're not. So, you know, Rashida was like, I'm not going to forget this, President Biden, but it's not a threat. But like, Cori Bush was really what just, she came up speaking like the old Nina Turner, like trying to preach, like she was at a church. We will have no more war, give no more money, and stuff like that. You guys can watch it on video. I didn't clap the entire time she spoke. And I apologize if the organizers think that is disrespectful. I could not bring myself to. I couldn't. Because we are there because of people voting like how she has voted. I cannot praise someone just because we are in DC standing at the Capitol and their office is right there and they decide to come out and speak. I cannot praise that. I can't and I won't. So, but she was getting lots of cheers and everything. It took everything in me not to be like, except for Ukraine, right? But I didn't want to kill the mood. I didn't want to kill the moment. It was beautiful with all the positivity and all the people and just solidarity being there for each other. But it took a lot. I'm not going to lie, because I believe in accountability. And if you're going to go up there and talk about just Palestine, do it all day long. Let's go. But if you're going to say blatant terms like cut and dry, black and white, and say no more war, no more funding, then I'm going to have issues. And I did, and I do. So, like I said, my comrades Chuck Modi and Ford Fisher were there filming. You can see all the speeches on there. But that's my only qualm all day. I wish I could see the comments. Now, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to pull up my Twitter and see if I can show you guys some pictures and some videos. I took some like video clips. Let me see. Let's see here. Don't mind my head. There we go. All right. Let's see. All right. What is that? That is not what I'm trying to pull up, I don't think. Or no, wait. Is it? Yeah, it is. Holy shit. Nice. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to pull myself up on YouTube and make sure this is showing what I want it to show. Because my blind ass can't be sure. Let's see. My blind ass can't be sure. All right. Yeah, that's me. Okay. So, I want to just show a few things that I posted today and yesterday. So, this is the first picture I'll show. It's really powerful. I love this photo. I think it's so important because that was the overall sentiment. Now it doesn't, am I showing, is it showing it? Can you guys comment? Can you guys comment if you can see? Wait. Okay. Now it's not showing. Damn it. Okay. As I expected, I'm having blind girl problems. I apologize, guys. So anyway, I'm just going to talk about it because it's still worth discussing, hands down. So anyway, I know, I see, let's see, I see one thing that says, one question that says, can you provide a link? I can when I'm off the air. I'm not able to see the links to bring them up here, but I'll do it on my phone. And they're also on Twitter. And you can also find Ford Fisher on News to Share, NEWS number 2 SHARE. That's his channel. He is incredible, does a lot of amazing things. So yeah, I think one of the most funny things that happened yesterday was as we were standing at the Capitol, at the House building, that I've been to numerous times, the Cannon building, we stood there chanting and chanting and chanting, and Marjorie Taylor Greene stuck her finger out at us. She flipped us off. And I thought, you know what? We are so fucking on the right side of history. Like, so much. And I was like, of course I couldn't see it, but I heard everybody like, fuck you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I was like, what's happening? What's happening? So that was quite a delight. Pretty cool. Like, you're doing well when she hates you. But then it also makes you think, okay, she's on the same side as Biden. So if you agree with him, what's that tell you? Today, and I'm going to try one more time to bring this shit up because it's so important. Let me see. Give me 1 second. See, I wish I had dollars. I could actually hire someone to fucking try and help me. I'm just kind of fucking around and clicking buttons. I have no idea what I'm fucking doing. Okay, that's not the right thing. So anyway, but I will try to show some things on next Monday's show, when I should have someone who can help me. It's not fun being blind and doing this, but I didn't want to give it up. So it is what it is. But yeah, one of the most poignant things was 500 Jewish people got arrested while we were chanting outside. They were in the Capitol. And they were linking arms and they were sitting and refusing to leave. And they all had matching shirts saying ceasefire now. And 500, like, holy fuck. The largest mass arrest in like decades in DC. Like, this is fucking huge. 500 people, all Jewish, for Free Palestine. Like, we were outside chanting and singing and stuff, and we saw all the coppers standing out, ACAB, by the way, and all the, the, what I call the paddy wagons hanging out to essentially bring them all to jail. I don't know how they took them all, because 500's a fuckload of people to arrest. And as far as civil disobedience as well. But yeah, I mean, it was a very, very peaceful protest. Being DC, I definitely expected at least some counter protesters. We did not see any, which was pretty surprising but exciting. The only, I would say, opposition was this guy who was going around passing out like papers, like printouts of like, we need to stand with Israel and here's why, that kind of thing. But I mean, in fairness, he was listening when people were talking to him. Like, there were these refugees standing by me. They were Middle Eastern. I'm not certain where they were from. But they were talking to him about free Palestine and why we need to stand up against this genocide and stuff. And the guy was listening. So that's all. I mean, I'm not saying he completely changed, but discourse is good. Discourse is healthy. You plant the seed. What they do it from there is, that's their choice. And it's out of our control. But, I think them talking to him was not only brave, but had value. But yeah, yesterday was just, it was so awesome. And I can't wait to do it again. What I will say is that there are so many, free Palestine protests going on across the country and across the world, and including France was told that they're legally not allowed to protest to free Palestine. They literally told them, no, you will get arrested if you come out in the streets and protest. Well, there's hundreds of thousands of people in Paris right now protesting, saying, fuck you, you can't arrest us all. So, but how the fuck can a government say, like, all of France is like, no one in this country can fucking protest and specifically say it's for this? But Europe knows how to do it, man. They're just like, no, we're going to go in the streets anyway. I've said it. I know I'm a broken record. I say it all the time, but we need to take lessons from them because they're just so badass and they get in the street regardless. They get in the street for everything and they have true solidarity. Now, the one thing that happened tonight, which quite honestly, I'm not shocked by, but is really, I don't even know the word. I don't. Egregious. I mean, that doesn't sum it up. But also, I digress. But if you have my Twitter, I just posted an article of this gentleman who was one of the Israelis who his family was killed by that initial Hamas blast. And he came out and said, ceasefire, no genocide with Palestine. The victim who lost his family came out and said no. There are hundreds of thousands of Israelis protesting against this. We have this really dualistic, cut and dry mindset in US that everyone is their country. If we support Israel, that means if we support one Israeli person, that means we support all of Israel. If we, I'm ashamed of our country. I'm going to say it right fucking now. Because, and I know I'm not the only one. Because right now, what happened tonight is there was a vote to cease fire and bring humanitarian aid to Palestine, to Gaza. As we all know, it's been blocked off. They haven't had any. They have no food. They have no water. They have no medical care. there was a vote. There were 12 yays, I believe. I believe it was 12 who were yay. There were 2 abstentions. Why? I don't fucking know. It was UK and Russia. And there was 1 no. Anyone want to guess who the no was? That's right, our wonderful country of the United States of America. And on the video of the vote, the leader of Brazil, who is the one that took the vote and read the results, stated that because the United States voted no, we solely are the reason that bill did not pass. So as of tonight, the United States alone is why this genocide is continuing. Why aren't more people in the streets? Why aren't more people speaking up? This, I'm not sure how old people are, but I know in my lifetime as a 44-year-old, this is unlike anything I've ever seen. We are talking about an entire people's being completely erased. And we are witnessing it happening. The whole world is watching. And right now, America our hands are full of genocidal blood. They are full of it. And it is our responsibility to say, fuck you, Biden. Fuck all of you. We don't agree with you. We will not support ethnic cleansing. We will not support genocide. We will not support raping, I can't say it, they'll take this down, torturing and killing innocent civilians. We will not support starving, depriving of water, depriving of medical care, and bombing people's families. We will not stand by and support that. Not in our name. No, we don't. And the more of us who stand up and say that, these people are literally being they're not going to exist. There will be no more Palestinians. They will cease to exist. And, our kids, our grandkids, future generations, history as a whole, when they look back and they look at these pictures and videos and they see who stood up against this, we need to be proud that we were on the correct side of history. We did speak out. We did say, fuck no, not in our name. We did say, cease fire now. That is our obligation. This is not about religion like Western media wants you to believe it is. This is about the oppressor and the oppressed. One has weapons. One doesn't even have an army. One has the ability to cut off all food, water, medical care. One doesn't even have the ability to leave their fucking block. How is this a war? This is not a fucking war. This is a genocide. Israel has the money. Israel has the weapons. If you have Twitter, please look at the posts the Israeli Prime Minister has been putting out. He has called Palestinians animals. He has said children of the jungle. He has said this is a matter of children of the light and children of the dark. This is ethnic cleansing. That is what this is. And this is not new at all. It's our responsibility. If you do not have an action by you or that you can travel to, please go online and say, I want to organize a Free Palestine action in XYZ. You'll get someone. Trust me, I've done it. Where I'm just like, look, I gotta find some people to help me organize. Do it yourself too. One person comes, cool. You just made a comrade. If you guys want to organize something and you want to reach out to me for my help to, try and gather people together from that area, or, try and give you some helpful hints on how to get speakers or anything like that, absolutely. Hit me up on Twitter. You might be able to DM me on Facebook. I think you are. And I'm open. I will help you. So please, we have to stand up against this. Thank you so much for tuning in at this short notice, but I appreciated it. And I just wanted to share, what yesterday meant to me and so many other people. So thank you all. Much love. Tomorrow night, I am supposed to be on a Wales podcast called the Welsh Republic. So yeah, I'll be posting that link on Twitter. But yeah, that should be interesting. As far as my channel, I should be back Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again, everyone. Much love.